before this video starts, I just want you guys to know that I did try, like I said in the beginning, I did try making this video several times, and I did actually make this video last month, but I got so caught up with school because I'm a junior that I didn't really have time to post it. So all the information in that video still holds up today, except obviously the time and date or anything that was going around that time that I might mention. But everything about me is still true. I just want to let it be known that I'm not an idiot. I don't still think it's January, whatever. I think like 15th or 16th when I made that video. It's obviously now February the 18th, over a month later. So I know I'm mad late with that video. Not that you guys were expecting anything because I haven't posted in forever. But I just want it to be known that, yeah, I did make that video last month. And this is current me telling you to go enjoy the video and that everything about me is still true. So proceed. Hi. My name is Brandon Taylor. And I have tried to make this video a total of 3 other separate times, but not a single one of those times really ever successfully worked. So this is attempt number 4. I'm just going to be upfront with you guys. I do not get things perfect. And the reason I'm making this video is to talk about me, talk about life, talk about my future, and really want you guys to get to know me, because I've been really active on TikTok. Not so much on my Instagram lately because it got stolen over a month ago. I know, bummer. And let you guys know where I am, what I stand with. I haven't posted on my YouTube since my soup video, and before that, it's been years since before I moved into this lovely home that my family now has. And I wanted you guys to kind of know who I am, or was, who I am, and who I was. Hey, you need to know both. And this is really important to me, so I'm gonna share my authentic self 100%. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Oh, and by the way, today is currently, it's almost midnight, so let me check the time. Hold up. It is Monday, January 15th, 11:13. I just saw the clock, p.m., and I just felt you guys should know that. My name is Brandon Taylor. I live in Maryland, and I'm going to get into some fun facts about me soon. Okay, I moved myself to the dining room in order to focus more. I decided that I was going to write a list really quick of, just 5 fun facts about me. Some people usually do 3, I do 5. Hey, nice to know I'm going the extra mile, right? Some fun facts about me. Number 1 is my favorite color is blue. It always has been and likely always will be for the rest of my life. I'm not really a fan of sky blue for the most part, but I do like turquoise. Hold up. Like this, like my turquoise. Yeah, I had to check if it's turquoise hair dye that I recently got from the store. I'm going to be dyeing my hair and retwisting it soon. I don't think this channel has ever seen me with... Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze. Seen me with twisted hair, so it will be really interesting. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shades right here, my dye. That I'm only going to do the end of each twist after I retwist my hair. So my favorite color is blue, like the ocean, like diamonds, like sapphires. I really like gems that are blue. It's really one of my favorite things. It always has been. Blue is such a regal color to me. I know purple is also a really regal color, which is why it's my second favorite color, but I've always... That's why I actually really do like people with blue eyes. I think blue eyes are gorgeous in any shade. But yeah, blue is my favorite color. I'm dwelling on that. I'm saying a lot because this is not scripted. I'm doing this impromptu. I'm winging it, if you will. Second one is I have 3 dogs. I used to have more, but unfortunately within the last 2 years, a lot of them have been dying from either tragedies or illnesses, mostly illness, but one did get hit by a car, and this May will mark the 3 years since he's died. He died when I was 14, and it was really sad. He was the first male dog we had. He was the father of the 2 boys that we have. So yeah, we still have these 2 boys and his wife. And he's gone. His name was Prince. But the dogs we do have are Chucky, the mom. We called her that because we originally thought she was a boy. Story for another day. And Prince. No, sorry, Prince is the dad. Sorry, I already said that. PJ, Prince Jr. We called him Prince Jr. And Thanos. Yes, we did call him Thanos. They're Malteses. The boys, I forget who's a mix. Sorry, they're all mixed Maltese. They're all Maltese, part of them at least. I would go get the boys, but it is past their bedtime and they're in their crate, so I have to let them sleep. But I will definitely show you guys them another time. The third one is that I'm a junior. I'm a junior in high school. I just turned 17 last month. And it's going. It's actually really tiring. People were not kidding when they told me last year that my junior year was going to be my hardest year. Senior year I'm going to coast. Freshman year it's not too much pressure. Sophomore year is fairly challenging. Like, it's not as bad as now at all, but it's not nearly as easy as your freshman year. It kind of starts to prepare you for junior year, and the fact that you only have 2 more years left and like you're almost halfway through. But basically, I'm a junior. That's just its own fact. Number four is I'm a writer. I come from a family of artists. My mom's an actor. My uncle's an actor. My dad, when he was still here, used to play piano and things like that. And I also want to learn guitar, but I have a guitar, but I'm not gonna talk about that right now. A writer, and as a writer, writing has always been that medium for me. I used to be good at drawing as a kid, but then I kind of let it go after I grew up. Like, I feel like that's most people like to draw when they're kids, but then you just let it go unless drawing is your passion, your thing. But for me, it wasn't. For me, it was writing. And I am currently working on my own book and trying to get it published. My goal is to have a book published by the end of my senior year. I am halfway through my junior year, so I do have time, but not a lot of time with the way the time has been passing. So yeah, I'm a writer. I love fiction. I love to connect with people through stories. I respect writers a lot. I'm a huge fan. Some books that I'm a fan of, to give you guys an idea of who I am and to prepare you for the next fact. Sorry. I'm a huge fan of Percy Jackson, the books. I have The Lost Hero in my room. I have a library in my room too. I can show you guys some other time. I just don't feel like getting them right now. I also have The Chronicles of Vladimir Todd by Heather Brewer. I have The Magisterium by Cassandra Black and somebody else. Cassandra Black and somebody else. I think her name was Haley. It was like these two female authors. Really good. The Magisterium series. I finished that years ago. I haven't finished Alex Rider yet, but that is good. I'm on like the sixth book in that series. I haven't read that in a year. Magnus Chase, I'm on the last book of that. I like to read a lot, even though I haven't had a lot of time, energy, or let's face it, motivation to read as of lately, but it's getting better. What else? I never really got into Harry Potter. Magisterium is my Harry Potter. It's basically like similar in a lot of ways. Uh, I guess that's it for now. I'll probably think of some crap later, and then I'll probably feel dumb, like, oh, I should have mentioned that. Why didn't I say that? This part is getting too long, so let me just hold up. Okay, last fact on the fun facts about me section is I'm a nerd. Yeah, I'm a nerd. If my book choices weren't making that obvious, I'm gonna spell it out for you. I'm literally wearing an Avengers Endgame t-shirt I got like 2 Christmases ago when I was back in like Christmas of 21. I'm a huge dork. I have a complicated relationship with Marvel right now. I've never really been a DC boy. I have respect for DC, but I've never been like a DC person. But I like shows like I grew up on shows like Owl House, which recently ended last spring. Breaks my heart. It's about to be a year this April. Yikes. Amphibia, Steven Universe. Does anyone? I feel like a lot of people don't talk about Steven Universe anymore, and which is fair because it's been over since what 2020. It's been like 4 years, almost 4 exact years since it's been over. So yeah, I can understand that. I also grew up on shows like Uncle Grandpa. Do y'all remember that? Like, I also watched Boomerang a little bit growing up. My Night and Me. Y'all probably don't know what these are. Ben 10. The new Powerpuff Girls. I grew up on the old one too because my dad was super old and insisted we watch original Cartoon Network. New Cartoon Network is way better. uh, Young Justice. Oh, and these are all shows that I'm gonna talk about either here or on my TikTok. I literally forget my TikTok username all the time, so I'm definitely gonna put it in the description of this video or in the comment section, or I'm gonna make sure y'all have access to that. So look out for that, okay? And please go follow me over there, where I am even weirder than I am over here. So yeah, I'm a huge dork. I love everything dorky. I love everything geeky. I love Greek mythology. Oh, that's probably why I love Rick Riordan's books so much. I also am a fan of Norse mythology, but I prefer Greek. I like anime, I do, but I'm kind of new to the anime scene. I've only really liked it since I only got into it when I was like 13 when I moved in here, and me and my sister started watching Demon Slayer together back in 2020. You know, during the lockdown, where you're trying new shows and you were binging. Um, so yeah, I'm a huge God of War fan. Love video games. I like Little Nightmares 1, 2, and eventually 3. Apparently, Mario Kart, Mario Party, everything. I love everything. I have my foot in a little bit of everything. Animations, live action, manga, comics, freaking everything. It's actually insane. I'm surprised I haven't lost my head with all of this. But it is true that I am a nerd, but I mean, it's kind of cool to be that now, so I guess that doesn't really make me special. But I'm just saying that to be transparent about who I am. I can't forget to mention Gravity Falls and freaking Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Okay, that's it for the nerd part, but I was gonna end it there, but I cannot leave without mentioning those two freaking legendary shows. I just need to say that. Okay, finally you're done hearing me blabber on about fun facts. It's time to get to the being 17. What does it mean to be 17? What is the teenage experience overall like? Do you guys resonate if you're teenagers right now or you've already been teenagers? What does it mean to me? I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. It is brutal out here. Like it's most of it is school, but some of it is at home too. I've just been going through a lot. My family has been through, I feel like, a lot of trauma these last couple years. With my parents. I'm just gonna put it out there. My parents are divorced. Well, not legally officially, but they're not together anymore. I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna say why or anything. I don't want to put my mom's business out here unless she, wants me to, and I can ask her. But that's what I'm gonna say, and that has been really hard on us. It's not the divorce, but the way it's being handled, and things like that. I'm not gonna say who I think is to blame or who's at fault. That might be a story time for future because this involves more people than me. So I don't want to put anybody's business out there or make anybody feel any type of way if I'm not careful with my words. So that's been really hard on my family for the last year, and it's been really hard on me. And I feel like there's something so not sinister, but at least slightly sadistic about school and the idea that even if you're going through something, it needs to be something like somebody dying for you to not be able to go. As if somebody dying is the only way you can be traumatized or emotionally wounded. Like, I feel like that's something so awful about going through something in your personal life outside of school and then being expected to kind of just grin and bear it and go to school anyway with your ups and downs of emotions while you're still processing this emotional thing and expected to be still equally as cognitively aware and productive as if nothing is wrong when something is wrong. And that bothers me so much, that idea. That's one of the many reasons I personally do not like school. um yeah, being 17 is hard, but even being 16 was hard. A lot of it has to do with my relationship with my dad, but I wouldn't write the teenage experience off entirely because I have some amazing friends. Do they go to school with me? No. Have I met any of them in real life? Some of them, yes. And some of them I knew before we got in this big Instagram group chat. But I call them every once in a while, and I text them every day, except for the last couple of days I've been busy. And it's a balance, and I feel like what is marketed to Gen Z is the teenage experience, with all the loneliness epidemic and stuff. I need someone. Okay, I'm getting jumbled with my words. My brain train is running too fast. I need to recalibrate. Okay, I'm ready. I was trying to say that the teenage experience that is often marketed to Gen Z is very not what we go, not kind of like, I feel like media hasn't evolved to really include how we live. Like, not saying I hate teen media. Teen media has shaped a lot of who I am, but it hasn't really evolved to incorporate the average life of most Gen Zers. Most Gen Zers are not these popular people with these big groups all around them who are taking selfies and stuff. A lot of us are really lonely. A lot of us struggle socially, and it's not just because we're Gen Z, it's because we're people. It's because we're people, but that just happens to be what our generation is going through at large. And I feel like it's also really unfair to pretend like when you're a kid, you hardly get a say in anything that affects your life. Like laws, decisions. You having to go to school is a legal thing that you do not get a say in. When you get there, you might have to dress the way other people want you to dress, and you don't get a say in that either. A lot of things you don't get a say in. So a lot of us are forced into these schools where we don't like people, or people don't like us for some reason, and we just have to just get by, and that's really hard. And that's kind of what I feel at the school I go to. I don't feel like a lot of people really understand me. I feel like a lot of people really just want me to be a stereotype, or really just want me to be one way that I am not. And because people are, people when they're young, they're small minded, they don't know a lot. Not everybody, because I'm not, but a lot of people are small minded, so they're told that when somebody who looks a certain way or is a certain way supposed to behave that way and they don't fit into that box, a lot of times they discard them or they ostracize them or they don't give them a chance. And I really do feel like that's been me, not even in high school, since middle school, really. Elementary school, you don't really have that clique, hierarchy, division. These ideas only really set in when you start going through puberty. And puberty for me was terrible, not even because of the puberty part. Like, my body wasn't in a lot of pain. Like, sure, I had the awkward voice cracks and I started to smell, but that was nowhere near the worst part. It's how other people started to treat me. My relationship with my dad got so bad that my family actually had to move down to my grandma's house for near the end of the school year and through an entire summer. And we got to live there, and it was the best experience ever. But we even got to live there. I even ended up going to seventh grade almost whole month late, at least 3 weeks late, because my mom was dead serious. This was my first time my parents had to divorce. They worked it out, but clearly they didn't because they're separated now. Um, it was a lot. Yeah, being 17 is hard. The expectations on you are insane, and I'm gonna speak, to me specifically. Being 17-year-old and being a boy and being black specifically is hard. Like I'm not saying like it can't be hard if you're a black girl or you're a white girl or you're a white boy, but like I feel like a lot of my experience, a lot of the things that have bothered me are come from the fact that I'm a black boy. Like earlier I spoke about like how people want me to be a stereotype or people want me to act a certain way. People have made it very clear that I'm not what a black boy is supposed to be. I don't listen to a certain type of music. I talk white, whatever that means. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Like and honestly, if you're black and you say that about another black person because they don't talk hood or street or urban or whatever you want to dictate the way you talk as, how is that not appealing to white standard? Like, I'm not going to go into that. That's a rabbit hole I don't want to go into. But like, people have always made it very implicitly and explicitly clear that I am not like other people. Strange, weird, different, and not in a good way. Like people always like to make the movies like to make it seem like it's cool to be different, and everybody loves somebody who's different. It's cool to stand out until you have to go out in the real world and realize that people are willing to physically hurt you for standing out in a way that they deem is dangerous or not like them. Like it's all fun and games until you have to be that person who's willing to stand apart from the crowd, and maybe because of the way somebody else is raised, they see you as a threat or they see you as not worthy of respect or basic decency. Then it ain't so much fun. I'm gonna be real with you. That's how I feel. It's how I've always felt for such a long time. And I had a childhood best friend, but I think we can all relate to the experience, or at least most of us can, of losing a friend through teenagerhood. But for me, it was the only friends that knew me. Like my entire life. Like I went to it was a friendship where we went to each other's houses. I went to his birthday, he came to my 10th birthday, and then I lost one of them because, he turned on me, teenage drama, whatever. And then the other one moved away. And I don't think the one that turned on me moved away. So I think he's literally maybe like 10, 15 tops minutes driving from me. And I don't think I'll ever see him again. And to know someone who you were so close with for most of your life is gone and far away, yet so close, really does break my heart, And I've never been able to find my ground at this new school at all. School takes up so much of my time that I can't really put too much into friendships, even if I wanted to. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm nice to people and there are people nice to me, but I'm talking about a deeper connection, hanging out outside of school, telling each other important things that really strengthen a friendship. I have none of that with people at my school, and it's really lonely. And I'm not gonna lie and sugarcoat it. And then also SATs and people expecting you to know all these answers. And I don't know all the answers, but I will say this: you don't have to either. There are adults, there are people 2, 3, 4 times my age who don't know all the answers. And I know people put this ridiculous, insane amount of pressure on teenagers to know everything and to be everything and to be smart enough and to be good enough. And don't even get me started on if you're an oldish child. It's not your job to be an example to anyone. It's not your job to fit some weird ideological standard made by adults you do or do not know. It's your job to learn, to make mistakes, and I have to tell myself I'm gonna say this next part, but I need you to know I have to tell myself this very often in my head because of my childhood and how I was raised with my father. Making mistakes does not make you less of a person. It doesn't mean you're not smart. It doesn't mean you're not competent. It doesn't mean you can't think, you don't use your head, you don't use your brain. What's wrong with you? And I know so many of us have that negative voice, and I do all the time. All the time. But I'm working on silencing it. My mom says it's healing. My mom calls it healing. She's the she's the strongest, most beautiful, best woman I've ever known. And if it weren't for her, I do not think I would have survived these last years, be it mentally or emotionally or physically. You never know, okay? Because there are a couple times. Um, so yeah, being 17 is hard. It's not all gloom and clouds. There's some moments I'll look back to with joy, like I can't believe I did this. Like when I was racing off of the train. Okay, story time, mini story time. Back in October 23, the FNAF movie came out, and I had agreed to see it with a bunch of my friends, but most people were dropping like flies, canceling last minute. And then Jalen and Jelani, who are brothers and friends of mine, were gonna see it with me, and bro, I forgot about previews. So you know how there are previews for movies, especially big movies? They'll have like 20, 30 minutes worth of previews, like 5 movie trailers, commercials. Then you turn your phone off. You know, if you're going to an AMC, I went to an AMC in, what was it? I think it was Arlington. So I not only did I get off at the wrong stop, this is my first time traveling by myself on the metro. I got off on the wrong stop. This was back when I was 16 before my birthday. And then I turned around and then it wasn't a big deal because I basically mastered. I was like, oh, it's way too easy on my phone. I turned around and I got on another stop to go back. I literally ran off the metro because it was like the movie started at like 3:30. I was like, oh my god, 3:40. I'm 10 minutes late, forgetting that when it says 3:30, they're not accounting for previews. So I got there all out of breath. They're just waiting for me at the entrance, and then they're like, "Oh, you were in here." I felt so dumb. And then when we got into the movie, the previews were just starting. The movie didn't start till like 4:15. Like we just sat there through 30 minutes of previews anyway. So they're like, and then I made these friends, and I got their Instagrams, and I had this picture. I'm gonna put the picture in here. Hold on, can I put the picture in here? Oh, I'll have to do it when I edit. Future Brandon, show them the picture. Did you see it? Do you like it? I hope you guys saw it. I hope I can edit that in the future. But I had this. I met these other FNAF fans, and we were gushing about theories in the movies. Speaking of theories, I want to talk about the future after this. But you know, the gist is, being 17 and being a teenager in general hasn't all been gloom and doom. But generally speaking, if I have to rate out of 10, it's like a 4. It's like a 4, honestly. Maybe a 5. Like, the good moments are good, and they are what they are, and I live in the moment, but they do not outweigh the amount of boring moments, the amount of tiring moments, the amount of exhausting moments that come with being in this age, you know? Especially in this generation, it really is not it for me. Not trying to be ungrateful, just trying to tell it like it is. And
before this video starts, I just want you guys to know that I did try, like I said in the beginning, I did try making this video several times, and I did actually make this video last month, but I got so caught up with school because I'm a junior that I didn't really have time to post it. So all the information in that video still holds up today, except obviously the time and date or anything that was going around that time that I might mention. But everything about me is still true. I just want to let it be known that I'm not an idiot. I don't still think it's January, whatever. I think like 15th or 16th when I made that video. It's obviously now February the 18th, over a month later. So I know I'm mad late with that video. Not that you guys were expecting anything because I haven't posted in forever. But I just want it to be known that, yeah, I did make that video last month. And this is current me telling you to go enjoy the video and that everything about me is still true. So proceed.